Hi, welcome back to my channel. I know I'm taking a little break because I wanted to try to not post anything because it's taken away from like the movement for Black Lives Matter. So before we get started, I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna link some petitions and some donation stuff down in the description below. So if you want to check those out and sign them for Black Lives Matter, then you can absolutely can. And if you can't donate, at least try to sign some petitions because this is really important and it's very needed in today's society. And if you want to see me talk about ghost stories and how I used to see dead people when I was younger, then keep on watching, sis. So recently, I'm just gonna do like kind of get ready with me while I talk, just because I'm not really gonna do a tutorial. I'm just gonna talk about my life experiences because I have a lot of them. So if you don't watch Shane Dawson, then you probably won't know what I'm talking about. So basically came up with like this video of him making this horror movie, and like weird stuff's been going on since he's been trying to make it, something like that. And I watched it, and lately stuff has been going on weird in my house too. For example, I was standing in my living room and I heard somebody walk down the hallway, and I look and there's nobody there. My hallway's creepy. My house has always been like, you know, like don't want to go in there vibes. And it's not because we're not welcoming, you know, like we don't welcome anybody in our house, but like sometimes it's just creepy. So especially my room, I literally hate my room. It gives me the worst vibes at night. I just don't like it. And so let me tell you why. I've had a lot of experiences in this room when I was younger that I did not like at all. Some may say I'm insane and I did not really see dead people, but that's their belief and their opinion. I beg to differ. I'm gonna try not to joke as much in this video because it's like kind of like serious to me. And my hands are really primed from that primer that I just rubbed on my face. Like it's really oily, so I'm trying to wipe it off with some tissues, but it's not working at all. It's really oily and I feel like a grease ball. Basically, I don't really know when my first little experience seeing things that were not seen to the naked eye for most people started. Honestly, I just knew that it freaked me out. Just like this moment right here is that to freak y'all out because it literally looks like Flashback Mary. I'm gonna start with like my dad's old house. I don't talk to my dad anymore, and he owned 2 different houses while I knew him, like before we had our little fallout. And in his first house that I've literally never been to anymore after he moved out of it, the first house, I remember seeing like this little girl. Now, maybe ask yourself, little girl in your house that's not supposed to be there, kind of fishy, you know? Anybody in their right mind would think that. So, I knew that, but you know, I was little, so I was open-minded. I was like, hey, and like, I would talk to her. My mom didn't think it was normal, you know? Nobody would think it was normal for their child, like 4 or 5-year-old child, talking to somebody who wasn't there. Literally something insane. And it kind of was. And I remember talking to her, and I don't really remember what she looks like, but I remember seeing like a little girl. Makes sense. Just so long ago, I forgot about it, kind of. And whenever my mom took it seriously, that I was like seeing things that weren't there, and like they were kind of, because me and her have always been superstitious. So whenever I told her, it wasn't really a shock to her, you know? Makes sense. Okay, I literally look scary. I'm probably like the scariest thing about this video. She started taking me seriously whenever I was talking to her one day, and I was like, Mom, she's in the bathroom, you know, playing with the sink. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, look. She turns around. I don't really remember the map of the house because it was so long ago, but I remember her turning around, but she saw the water turn on, and like the water was like overflowing the sink, so she had to go turn it off. And I didn't do that because I was in the kitchen with her, so you know, I just saw it out of karma, you know, like I just saw it, so that freaked her out. Supposedly, I don't know if this part is true or not, I wasn't there for this part, because after that she didn't let me go over to his house anymore. I mean, who would want their kid talking to something like that? So supposedly my mom tried to talk to like a priest about it and like try to like perform like a house cleansing with it, but the priest was too scared, so they had to do it with themselves, my dad and my mom. And like supposedly like that night they heard something like screaming in their basement, and after that we didn't have any problems. So I'm guessing they cleansed it and it like left the house. My next story is, however, one that I really remember because it literally scarred me for life. It happened in this room because even even being an almost 18-year-old, I still get freaked out about my room because when I was younger, my room didn't look like this. It has like some like my mom's old wallpaper, because this is my mom's old childhood room, and it had like her wallpaper, and it was really ugly, so I repainted it. And I painted this when I was freshman, so please ignore the blue-green childhood wall. Literally every girl had it. Like they had like always had like this teal wall, or like pink and teal, or like some type of weird color, you know, like the zebra strap bed sheets. Okay, if you're one of those girls, you know what I'm talking about. So like, you know, I was going through one of those phases, and you know, my room used to be like ugly wallpaper. I used to have like this metal bed. It used to be over here in this corner of my room, and it used to be like this way, you know, like my bed now is like this way, like that way, but it used to be that way. I think you get it. I hope so. If you don't, you can text me and ask me what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to say, is that the bed was facing like the closet. Now, my closet already gives me gross vibes anyway. Y'all probably seen it in my video. I'm pretty sure it will give anybody the creeps. If you've been to my house and I've told you stuff about it, you automatically feel like it's kind of gross. Like the feeling, like the vibe in my room is like really gross. When I was younger, I would wake up in the middle of the night, and like over here in this corner of my room, I would see like this dark, like darker than black figure. Black, but darker than black. It was like no light, like at all. Like literally all the happiness was drained. It was like just like, I'm getting chills, ew, gross. It was like just really bad vibes. And I would see it almost every night. I would wake up to see it, and I would just cut under the covers, and I would like go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. I go to sleep and wake up the next morning, nothing was there. I would do that for like, I don't know how many nights. Like it would just happen a lot. And then I remember one time whenever my bed was facing like, it was in this corner, and it was facing that way, like towards this wall. I had sleep paralysis one time, and I remember feeling like I was being held down by something, and when I went to bed, I didn't have my closet light on. But when I woke up like and had sleep paralysis, my closet light was on, so I was freaking out, but I couldn't move, and it was scary. So eventually, like, I finally was able to kind of semi-move, and I kind of like rolled out of bed and started crawling on the ground, and I crawled into my grandma's room, and I was like crying and stuff. But yeah, like I've always had like these weird experiences in my room. I can hear scratching on my closet sometimes, but like, you know, maybe it's my mom playing tricks on me, like, you know, you're scared of your closet, it's gonna make like it sound like it's gonna sound like somebody's scratching on it, you know. So like, you know, I'm just trying to like make excuses of if it's like it's everything but a ghost or like a shadow figure or like whatever you want to call them. But you know, it's the experience that counts. I don't like saying the word demon because I feel like it gives too much power. So I'm just gonna say shadow figure because, you know, why not? But yeah, so one time I was in my living room. In my living room, like there's like a small doorway that you get. There's like a doorway to get into the living room. My old couch was on the wall that was like beside the doorway. But like me and my mom were both like, we felt weird. Like it was just a sudden vibe. Like we were watching TV, and I remember like this vibe of like, we need to look at the doorway. Like look at the doorway. So like we both looked at each other first though, and we're like, and we looked over at the doorway, and I remember seeing the same figure that I saw in my room. Like he was like, this thing was literally as tall as the doorway, and like this doorway is like at least 6 foot high, I think. It literally walked from my hallway, and like it walked past the doorway. Me and her were just like, that's not normal, obviously, you know. And so she made me go look for it, there's nothing in there, but like still, like she made me like, you know, her own, like why wouldn't she do it? Like, you know, like why do you make your son do it? You know, like you know, motherly instincts, you protect your kid. No, I'd protect her. And I was literally like, what, 10? I don't know, but like it was like scary. But it was scary because like I knew it wasn't just me seeing things now, it was my mom too. I used to sleep with my grandma when I was little too, before I got enough courage to sleep in my room. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night and seeing something in the bathroom, and it was like in the crack of the door, like it moved, and it never came out the other side of the crack of the door, so like it just like moved, and like it just disappeared, I guess, because it never went to the other side of the door, and it was creepy. Yeah, so I think it's like enough about the shadow figure. I remember when I was younger, I went outside from, my mom smoked, so she went outside to smoke a cigarette, and I followed her like a little child that I am, or I was, and I remember seeing like this little boy behind the tree, and this little boy looked like kind of cut up, like he had like some like, you know, wounds, obvious wounds, and you know, I was trying to help him. I was like, what's wrong? And Mom was just sitting there like, my son's not gonna hug us in front of me, like that's kind of creepy, you know? My little brain thought like I need to help him get to the lot. So I was trying to help him get to the lot or whatever, and disappeared. And my mom was like, who was that? I was like, I don't know, some little boy, he's kind of cut up and stuff, like he looked like he needed help. My mom was like I said, a very superstitious person. So she talked to my great grandma on my dad's side of the family about it. And he was like, she was like, yeah, there was like a little boy that lived nearby your house, and like there's a field in front of my house and beside it, but like she talked about the one in front of my house, and how whenever this little boy was younger, his dad was tending the field. He went to tell his father that dinner was ready and whatnot, but his father didn't see him, and he ran over the little boy and killed him in front of my house. It was a tragic accident, but I'm pretty sure that's who I saw, like obviously, because like, you know, he was like cut up and stuff. What was weird though is because I didn't even know that little boy was like alive. Like she didn't tell me that until like later on in life, when we were on the topic talking about how I used to see ghosts, and she was talking about how she went to my great grandmother's house on my dad's side and told her about it, and like what she said, like who died there in front of our house. Gave me chills. And basically, that was the time I saw a boy that actually died, and I didn't know that he died there. Like I didn't know anything about him until my mom told me. So there's that. So I saw him, and then in my grandma's room one time, I was looking at old jewelry. It was like my family members' jewelry, like passed down and stuff, you know. And I look up, and I see a woman in the doorway of my grandma's room, and she wasn't facing me. She was facing the hallway. All places, hallway. And she was like in a nightgown. She had red hair. She wasn't on the ground. That's a red flag for me. She's not on the ground. Should be a red flag for anybody. So I was like, and she started like hovering, like flying. I don't know. It was like she just like started moving down the hallway. I couldn't really see her for like a split second because the hallway is like a small view of it in her room, so like you can't really see it. So she, you know, you can't really see her walk, but she walked down the hallway and disappeared. You know, the usual ghost thing that they do. They walk down the hallway and disappear. You know. So I was like, frantically put up all my jewelry I was looking at, and ran in there to my mom and my grandma. And she's like, "Did you look like the girl in the picture?" I was like, "Yeah, that looked like her." And keep in mind that this picture was in black and white, and I never met this person in my life. Keep that in mind. And my mom was like, "That was your great grandmother on your grandfather's side?" Yeah, because like she asked me if she had red hair. I was like, "Yeah," and I couldn't tell that, you know, from like a black and white photo that she had red hair. If I did, I would be like literally a genius. I'm not a genius, obviously. I'm not going to Harvard, so. So another time, my friend Maddie was staying over at my house, and in this room, I was sleeping on the floor that night, and I was already asleep. And she was still up for some reason. And she was like, Joseph, Joseph, Joseph. I was like, what do you want? Like, I'm trying to sleep, what? And she's like, there's somebody in your house. I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I've been hearing somebody running up and down your hallway for the past like 10 minutes. And I was like, you're going insane. Like, do you hear yourself? There's somebody in my house, the doors are locked and they have an alarm on. And she's like, no, for real, like there's somebody in your house, like running. And about that time, I heard somebody run up my hallway, stop at the bathroom, which is right beside my room, and run back down. This went on for like 20 minutes. And I was like, we were literally thinking about escaping through my freaking window, even though it has a screen off. We were thinking about popping the screen off and like running outside my house. Because we were so freaked out. I finally get the nerves. I was like, I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna do a stupid thing to do. I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna see who it is, because we're trying to sleep. Or I was anyway. And I opened the door, and there's nobody there. But my mom was getting up, because she sleeps in the living room, so she was getting up to go use the bathroom or whatever. And I was like, did you hear that? And she's like, hear what? And I was like, somebody running up and down the hallway. And she's like, no. And I was like, was it you? And she's like, no, I've been asleep. I just got up to use the bathroom. I was like, what the heck? So that's another time that somebody else besides me has like heard or seen something. It was like a few years ago whenever that happened to me. But recently I've been freaked out because I hate my hallway and my room. I hate them both with an equal passion. Whenever you're standing in like the doorway of the living room, you can see down the hallway, or whenever you walk to the kitchen, you see down the hallway. And I always think somebody's gonna be standing there. The other night I was talking to my mom, and I was actually talking about like some ghost stuff. And I remember sitting there and like I heard something, like somebody like walked. I thought it was my grandma getting up to get a drink or something. But I turn around, there's nobody there. And I was like, that is weird. And I don't know, it's just, I think my house is actually haunted. I'm not even joking. Like, and I think it probably was because since I was younger and I could see things and like feel like my energy that I could see them. So like they were like, we're gonna like, you know, contact this little guy that can see things. So that's basically a lot of my experiences. Also, I swear on my life, if I literally am editing this video and I see things behind me while I'm editing this, oh my god, I'm literally gonna freaking pee myself. Like, that's so freaking scary. I just saw that and I'm literally gonna be scared out of my life just editing the video. Like, imagine me just sitting here talking some like big smack about, you know, how my room was haunted and stuff and everything, and like big smack, big smack, you know, bigger than a Big Mac, and something comes up behind me in the video that I can't see right now. Also, other than like ghost stuff that's happened, a lot has happened to me personally, like in my health. Like, for example, recently got diagnosed with celiac disease. So a lot of my food options are out the window and I'm really sad about it. Basically, if you don't know what celiac disease is, it basically means that like you can't have gluten, or your small intestines literally attacks itself. Basically, in short terms. Even though my grandma has celiac disease, but she could care less about it, so she eats everything that has gluten in it, but I'm not gonna be that person. A lot of stuff can happen if you continue to eat gluten after being diagnosed with it. Like, you can become anemic. Yeah, it's just not good stuff that comes out of it if you don't stop eating gluten. So, try to tell her that, but she doesn't care. So, yeah, I'm living life, not being able to eat gluten. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off camera and do my other eye real quick. And I'll give you my final thoughts on this kind of like scary look. I don't know, I thought red and black would be scary, but then I added the silver and it kind of ruined the vibe of it. But I still think it's cute. But I'll do my other eye real quick and I'll tell you my final thoughts on it too. So, yeah. is today's look. I kind of went for like a little evil vibe, like, you know, like red and black. My hair is not doing good today, sorry. But yeah, I kind of went for an evil vibe today. Red and black. Reminds me of like the villain from the Powerpuff Girls. Red one that wears heels, that's what it reminds me of. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's little ghost story kind of thing, because it was kind of very serious, just because I think it's a very serious topic about me, because it happened to me personally. But like, I try to add some humor into it because it makes me feel comfortable talking about it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said in the very beginning of the video, if you wanted to go sign some petitions and donate, I would have some links down in the description below. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.